All right. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Courtney Rollins, host of the Life and Transitions Experts podcast, and here with another podcast or conversation. Actually live. So if you're checking us out on YouTube, that's super awesome. Thank you very much. Would love for you to subscribe or leave a comment. Just let us know how we're doing over here. If you're checking us out, if you haven't checked out our Facebook page, go to Life and Transitions Experts Facebook channel and join the community there. And again, we're trying to provide as many resources to folks who are considering those big transitions or those changes or are facing those changes in their life, particularly when it comes to probate or estate planning. And one aspect of estate planning is planning for our senior years. Thanks to technology and to just the way we are growing and evolving, we are living longer, and quality of life, I hope, is actually improving. But we are certainly living longer, which means that living options for our senior loved ones need to be addressed and have expanded. And now we're going to take a look at what are some of those senior living options. You may be one of those persons looking for a new place, or perhaps you have a loved one that's looking for a space. So again, our growing population is living longer, and it's really requiring us to have some viable options for those living circumstances. I am a senior transition specialist trained by Mom's House, so it's a great program that's given me the opportunity and the tools and skills needed to help families deal with particularly the house and the stuff. So when you're trying to find a way to provide long-term care, senior care for your family members, sometimes the house and the stuff are solutions, and sometimes they can be obstacles that get in the way. And what we try to do at Estate Pro Services, provide those options for you. And as I'm probably going to restate at the end, we really try to take a heart and head and hands-on approach to helping everyone figure out what's the most viable options for them. So let's look at some of the different types of senior living communities. All right, and this is just a broad overview. So there's senior care in home, someone living and staying at home and staying and living in place. And there's different types even within there. There's home care, where someone may come and help with some of the daily activities of life, whether it's meal prep or housekeeping. There's home health care, which, as it implies, has more to do with looking at the more healthcare supervision, medication supervision, and things of that nature. Then there's personal care and companionship, which is providing even more of that social and, as it says, companionship aspect of the support and help. And there's, can help with some light housekeeping and other things in that area. Now, private nursing care is more of the private nursing care that's inside the home, that's more geared towards more, I don't want to say rigid, but more, I don't even say intrusive, but it's dealing with, it's usually for folks who've had some type of illness or just come from hospital stay or overcoming some type of injury. Then there's adult daycare, where you still live at home, but someone could actually go and just like it implies, provide daycare for that adult or for that senior. And quite often those have enrichment programs that are involved in there, and meal preparations that are involved in there as well. So there's some options for seniors living in home. There's senior living communities have exploded, and there's so many options there. There's senior rehabilitation centers, where you may go for a short amount of time to rehabilitate for a certain injury or after recovery from a certain procedure. There is respite care if someone's in their last stages and they want that complete comfort as they transition on into the next, out of this life. There's independent living for folks who are more independent but want to be around people that are in their other age, that affinity group in this space. And then there's assisted living, which has variety of different assistance within that assisted living, but these are communities that people actually can live in. And so those are some options. Now, there are residential living communities that are usually smaller and quite often in more traditional neighborhoods. And it's really cool because there's some really awesome services that are coming out of there. I'm giggling because I see my little typo here, assisted living. But one of them is actually memory care. And this is for our population who are experiencing dementia, Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. And these spaces are specifically designed to give extended care in service for the folks who are suffering from dementia who may be at risk of flight or elopement or wandering off. So these are really designed to help help support that population. And within residential living communities, again, memory care, assisted living, there's senior care with skilled nurses to come in. There's actually 55 plus active adult communities, which is not necessarily is geared towards folks who don't necessarily have injuries or illnesses, but want to still be around people that are, around their age. And there's quite often field trips that are designed there, activities and events that are designed for the whole community. It sounds pretty fun. The adult homes and even the family style homes are very similar to like group homes. The only difference is the family style homes are usually difference is if it's monitored by the government or a private entity. And the continuing care retirement care communities are designed to be like campuses. Imagine like a sprawling campus where all type of services are provided. Whether someone wants their own private living space within like street area that's more like a traditional neighborhood, all the way to that nursing space where you're completely monitored, maybe semi-private or private rooming in that space. And it's like you move from different sections in this vast, sprawling campus, is what most of those are designed for. Now, paying for senior care in Durham, North Carolina, or across the nation can be a challenge. And again, if you want to find support or help looking at some of the options, definitely check us out at estateproservice.com. Would love to have you sign up for a free consultation. You can check me out 919-341-1992. And again, we'd love to work with you. Regardless, hope that you find some viable options for you or for your loved one. And other than that, I'm going to sign off as I normally do, saying rising tides, it lifts all sails. Cheers.